Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Spectrum Drama, where we take a look at the hottest posts on Spectrum for the week and give our opinions on them. So before we get started, we have a competition that we are going to run for the entirety of the month of September. If you want to be in with a chance to win yourself not only a game package, but a game package that comes with a Mustang Alpha, and also a little runaround for when you just fancy having a little drive, trying to run people over on a planet, the Grey Cat. The buggy of choice of every man, woman and child. Absolutely. So if you want to be in with a chance to win those two things, all you need to do is get commenting on this and every video in the month of September, and we will count up every unique comment on every video. So if we have 25 videos out in the month and you comment on every one, that is 25 chances to win. So get commenting and good luck. Let's get started. Okay, so first up we've got a post from Avalon, and it says, Pillar Talk 3.7. What was this about? Excuses and no information about the upcoming patch. This could have been a Spectrum post rather than a full episode of nothing. CIG, this is insulting to every backer of this project. So we're under the impression that Pillar Talk is supposed to be information on the quarterly patch to kind of get people excited and to let them know maybe if things have changed, things have moved, all that kind of stuff. And really all we got was excuses as to why development is difficult. Do you agree? Does that sound right?
Yeah, that's basically what it was. A 10-minute video of them just saying, yeah, development's hard. Who knew?
Who knew? Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, the last Pillar Talk was cool because they really did dive into some information. And obviously having Chris Roberts there, he gets really excited about new stuff. So, he's always giving stuff away. But, I mean, they literally mentioned nothing. Not one thing about what... Oh, all right, fair enough. No, they mentioned... What did they mention? I can't remember.
Staggering the development cycle.
That was basically it, yeah.
Yeah, that's all they talked about for 10 minutes. Really bad. Come on, really bad. You can't just have 10 minutes of a couple of devs whining that it's difficult. We know it's difficult. We know you've got a lot of work to do. I don't know why you decided to, dedicate 10-minute video to this for things we already know. It would have been redeemed a little bit if they had, after that 10-minute segment, gone on to start talking about what is going on with 3.7. That might have redeemed the whole video, but it just cut off and we got nothing out of it.
Yeah, it's a poor show. And I mean, lately there's been a lot of us moaning about things CIG have done, and let's face it, I think with good reason, hence why people are on Spectrum moaning about this stuff, because at the end of the day, the whole point of this development was that we're in the loop all the way through. It's why we're giving them our money. It's why we're so invested in the game. And it's a clever way of doing it because it keeps us invested. And then to bring out the video that's supposed to get us riled up and ready for 3.7, tell us nothing about 3.7, nothing about the changes to the roadmap, nothing about anything, is just lazy, super lazy. And then to sort of layer on a little kind of feel bad for us jam, to sort of say, it's development's really hard. We know, everyone knows that developing anything is difficult. It just seems like CIG maybe aren't very good at planning. It reminded me, when he was talking, I can't talk about what we actually do, the other side of my job. I can't talk about it because of NDAs and things, but we have projects sometimes where a customer will come to us and say, right, you have 3 months to deliver us this. And we just have to make it happen. Whether we have to work, every hour under the sun, getting more people to help us, whatever we have to do to deliver what the customers asked for, we do. And I know that we're not paying them per patch, but they really, really need to think a bit harder on getting these things out on a timely fashion rather than just going, well, we tried.
Yeah, well, technically we are paying them per patch because, because they bring out a concept shipped pretty much every quarter.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes more. So people are buying these concept ships or flight ready ships straight away. So effectively, the community is paying them per quarter. If you want to think of it like that. Anyway, yeah, I mean, they didn't even have Chris Roberts on this one, or Sean Tracy, or anyone really. Erin kind of vaguely moaned about a few things, but didn't really give any information, which is just really poor. They even put out a frequently asked questions about this staggered development that they're going into now, and it just kind of recaps everything they said in the video. Again, there's no real new information on there. It's just regurgitating the same stuff. So if they were going to bring out an FAQ on this staggered development that they're going to do, why make a 10-minute video about it as well?
Yeah, makes no sense. I think that, in a way, I kind of wish that what we could do is rally up the troops and say, right, I want everyone to cancel their subscription for 1 month. Repay for it again in a month's time, but just so they understand how much money we are giving them for this information. Because that is the other thing that pisses me off, is this isn't free. This information they're giving us, this pillar talk, all these other videos, these aren't free for us. These are free for everyone else, but they're not free for the people who are paying the subscription money, because that is where our money is supposed to be going. So how can you warrant taking, a tenner a month off of thousands and thousands of people and then giving them a 10-minute video telling them absolutely fuck all? It's really, really annoying.
Yeah, it is. It's really bad. And this is the second week now where they've put out a video that's got more dislikes on YouTube than it has got likes. I've never seen that before, where any Star Citizen video gets more dislikes. But they've somehow managed to do it 2 weeks in a row now. Really
pissing off their backers.
Yeah.
You need to be careful. CIG, because oh man, it's sometimes it feels like they're going out of their way to piss people off now, and it's a dangerous road.
I think part of the problem as well in this video is there isn't, I don't want to say anyone of higher management, because there was, but there wasn't really an anchor point to drive the conversation, or that's how it was edited together. I know, was it, I can't remember the guy's name now, Eric Kyron Davis, I think it was, the LA guy. He might have asked some other questions, but they just didn't include it in the video for some reason. I don't know. Probably. It just didn't seem to be much of a direction going on.
No, it was more like a so things aren't going well excuse, and then that was it. They just did a 10-minute excuse, and he just let them do it.
Let them ramble a little bit.
Yeah, and like even his questions, I mean, like you said, he probably had other questions that were maybe a bit deeper, but his questions really just moved the same conversation along. It didn't change it to anything else, and I just think that their production on these videos is just getting worse and worse. They need to have a direction, and they need to understand, a lot of people, this subscription money isn't cheap. There are people in the world where trying to figure out, can I afford that £9 or £10 a month or whatever the hell it is now? Some people have to actually genuinely think about that. And so I think they should start thinking about the videos they're putting out. Cool, so next up we've got a post from Squiggly Line. Dolphin jumping over a fence, squiggly line. What the fuck is that?
I don't know what that is.
Bad run. I don't know. But anyway, thank you for that. The roadmap saved the day for me. After what I would call a disastrous pillar talk with zero information of substance, the roadmap changes, honestly, just look a lot better to me. That's kind of the gist. He's just happy to see some changes in the roadmap that look maybe a bit more honest. Is that your take on the roadmap? Because it didn't fill me with joy, really.
There's a few things which kind of hurt a little bit, but overall it looks like it's shaped up a lot better now. I'm just amazed that they didn't actually discuss this in the Pillar Talk video. It just blows my mind. But so now in 3.7 looks like we're going to get cave networks and FPS mining, which is going to be interesting. Also mission sharing. Yay!
That's so important, and it says polishing as well, so it's not even like it's, that's coming. I tell you, if they mess that up.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see kind of how they're going to implement that. How they're going to do it, really. Again, would have been really nice if we had a video showing it.
Yeah.
What else we got? Ship rentals got moved back to 3.7. Now, we kind of expected that at this point anyway, so that's not a major surprise. It looks like we're going to get silencer attachments for weapons. I mean, overall, it looks kind of interesting. The FPS mining, I'm curious how that is actually going to be worthwhile doing. Because with our limited testing of the Prospector, sometimes your mining load that you go and sell isn't great money-wise. So if you can only carry like half a unit of cargo with you, what's the point, sort of thing. I'm not sure, unless they kind of implement it that there's some rare materials that you can only get from using a hand laser, and they're valuable, then that would be cool. But no one's going to be going to mine iron with a hand laser. What's the point?
It doesn't make any sense if, like you said, when we were doing, mining before, I mean, just hoovering up a tiny bit of what we got, putting it in your pocket and going, right, I'm done, that would get you nothing. So, that does make sense. So that would be cool, what you said, having some sort of like a rare mineral that if you do it with your ship, you'll blow it up. But if you do it by hand, you can actually get some and it, gets you a bit of money. That'd be cool.
Unobtainium. Yeah.
Fucking unobtainium.
But we took a couple of hits for this. So the Cutlass Red has been moved back to 3.8.
Yeah, that pisses me off so much.
Yeah, I thought that might. You just bought one as well, didn't you?
Literally just bought one, ready for 3.7. You fucking bastards. that's my level of anger at the minute on this, but that's just because I'm so desperate for any medical gameplay, or even just the medical ship, so I can stand in it and go, I feel healthy. God damn it.
Speaking of medical gameplay, the NPC healing mechanics got moved back to 3.9. That's not going to happen until next year. And they've added 4.0 onto the roadmap now. So hopefully we'll be getting Crusader and Orison next year. Other than that, it's a bit light at the moment, but they'll update you that as we go. I mean, 3.7's looking a little bit better, but it didn't come without some downsides, especially for those people that are waiting for healing gameplay.
Yeah, that's been the way for a long time. People waiting for either medical gameplay or like salvaging and stuff like that. It just seems to get pushed back, and it is painful. I mean, it's one of those things where it's a double-edged sword. You want it to be good, and so therefore you don't want them to rush it and for it to be crap. But also, we want to see it, because at the moment I don't even believe it exists. This is like Santa Claus or the Tooth Fairy. I'm going to need to see them, or eventually I'm going to stop believing in them, and it's just it's getting a bit frustrating. Even if they just did us a little video maybe on medical gameplay, show us what they've got going on at the minute, let us know how it's going to work, get us excited for it again, and I'll wait that extra couple of months, 4 months, 12 months, whatever. That really aggravates me. I mean, it does look good. 3.7 is starting to shape up like it could be a reasonable patch. There's nothing in there that is really making me excited. But like you said, like mission sharing, that's a big thing for me, because I hate the fact that we are basically playing in a group, but we're playing separate because we can't earn together. It makes no sense. So that'll be a big thing, I think, for a lot of people. I just hope we see it.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll see some kind of lead up video at some point, but with all these new stuff added to the roadmap and all the movements and so much stuff for us to see, it just blows my mind about why they're not putting this stuff in videos. They could fill a video every day, just going over just one feature for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
and that would just be amazing. But they just give us nothing really.
Yeah. So the takeaway from this, if anyone from CIG ever watches these videos, the takeaway from this is you need to pay a little bit more attention to your community content, because it is crap. You like you said, you could pick. They could do a video every week just on roadmap features, because there's enough here to keep them going forever. So, it's a bit of a poor show. Okay, so next up we've got a post from Bear, and it says, please bring back 10 for the chairman, or something similar. The forums are not happy, the backers are not happy. I think people would appreciate straight answers to difficult questions. Basically, the gist of this is there used to be a video series where Chris Roberts would answer 10 questions from the community. At one point, it was weekly, so they were really covering a lot of ground with this video. And obviously now we've got barely any videos. I think even just monthly on this would be awesome. Can you imagine that? Just once a month, Chris Roberts comes on and just tells it straight, because that's what he does. He's not much of a bullshitter, I don't feel, anyway. I don't know. Yeah. I would even like it if they did, maybe not Chris Roberts, but they changed the name slightly. 10 for the I don't know, whoever, and they get like Sean Tracy to do it. Just picking out questions from the subscribers and answering them straight. No rambling on randomly about things that don't make any sense. Just sit down, answer the questions, you're done. It wouldn't even have to be Chris Roberts at this point. It could be someone else, but I think a show like this, bringing it back, would be a good way to go, especially the way the community's viewing all these videos lately. I think Chris Roberts probably wouldn't work now anyway, because he's probably got way too much to do and he's too busy, in his, as I said last week, in his Malibu mansion, doing coke and hookers. No, that's slander or libel. Slander. I can't remember which one it is. Yeah. Slander. I didn't say it. I think having someone like Sean Tracy and this is the biggest problem, I think, with their content at the minute, is that it's pandering. It's always trying to tell us what they want us to know, but in a very watered down and almost non-informational way, to a degree. Some of their stuff is really good, and they really get to the, like, when they're excited about something like the 890 jump, we get all the information you could ever need about that ship. I know its brass eyes, I know its mother's maiden name, but I think that would be good, is if we can put a question to him and he just answers it honestly. Even if the answer is bad and it doesn't please people, it will please everyone, because we know that we're getting an honest run of it. We know what's going on. I think that's the problem, is that we're not getting that at the minute, and everyone feels it now. Hence, everyone's unhappy. So it would be a good idea. Cool, so last up we've got a post from Mythic Villain, and it says, the Nautilus is an insult to our intelligence. Basically, to kind of sum this one up, the Nautilus is just not the best concept they've had. It looks like other ships, do you know what I mean? And I know that they always have some sort of like a parent ship that they kind of mimic, but it does feel, I think, a lot that it's looking like, you know, two ships kind of mushed together. It's also got a pretty poor amount of mines on it, which is weird. You know, when you think how big space is, and you just kind of like fart out 24 mines and go, that'll work. So $675 for 24 mines in a ship we've probably seen 4 times. How's that make you feel?
Yeah, I first saw the picture and it kind of piqued my interest. I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. And then I saw the price tag, and I close the browser. Don't ever think of that ship again. The price is crazy for this thing. And like he says, to only have 24 mines in a ship that big is a little odd. Yeah, I'm not sure quite. I don't think the design brief really worked on this one. It seems massively too big for the job it's doing. That they could have halved the size for 24 mines, and at least it could have got in smaller areas in space, or been carried by a kraken or something.
Yeah,
I don't know. It does seem a little bit off to me, the whole ship.
Yeah, I think that what you said there is perfect, the size, because they've made it so big that it's awkward now in its size, because it's a huge ship that has one purpose, and that is basically to mine an area of space. And this is the first post, really, I think, that we've ever done where I read the whole thing and I feel like I could read this whole thing. It all makes sense. For a minefields to be effective in space, there needs to be a lot of mines. He says here, I hear you say, but it can be used as an entry denial tool for small entry points. You're like, what's the point? Give us personal mines for that, if you want to mine a door or mine like an entrance to a hangar or something. But if you're trying to mine space, can you imagine? Us like CIG don't realise that space is a huge 3D sandbox, and if you just plop out 24 mines, it's going to do nothing. It's going to do nothing. It's going to stop you getting to a small space somewhere.
Yeah, it makes you wonder about what kind of activation range these mines are going to have, because if they don't do it big enough, the areas that these mines are going to kind of affect is going to be pointless. But if they go too crazy with it, it's just going to be too crazy. The other point of this ship is that they're going to need to, I think I read on the FAQ that so these mines are going to have like a timer based mechanic, where they need maintenance or something. So to put 24 mines down, fair enough, that means you have to maintain 24 mines. But again, why do you need such a big ship to do this? Why not something smaller, or give them more mines and make them the sort of maintenance mechanic a little bit quicker for them to do, so you don't spend 2 hours trying to maintain your mines. Give
them like drones that you just kind of send out that do the maintenance for you, and the upkeep on the drones is the thing you have to do physically. That would make more sense, so you're not having to piss about too much. I think the comment that sums this up for me, and it makes me laugh, is from Sab, and it says, I love when they release ships like the Nautilus, and with that sort of price, I can shrug and the wallet can remain closed. Good times. It's true. It's crazy money. So.
Yeah, it's a really crazy price for what it is. It sounds ridiculous. A mine layer probably should be, going by CIG's pricing structure, like $150.
Yeah.
Maybe. 600. That's ridiculous.
It's crazy. How much is the mining ship? God, I've forgotten its name already.
Prospector. That's 150.
Yeah. Right. So that's how much it should be, because the Prospector does one job, which is mining. No, Yeah, mining. I said it and then I went, no, because
Usually.
the miner does one job. But yeah, the prospector kind of has one role really, which is to go out mining. And this mining ship, this is confusing. The mine layer ship goes out and lays mines, you know, and then sweeps them up again or whatever it needs to do. It's one kind of job. And so if this was some massive multi-crew ship that, you know, had some mines but then also did a bunch of other stuff, I'd think, yeah, $675, okay. But no way is that price even fair in any way, shape or form. It's crazy. So,
yeah,
it hurts me.
Really crazy. There's some other bits on this design which are kind of odd. I mean, yeah, fair enough, it needs to be fairly well armoured. You know, it's operating in a minefield, so fair play. But other than the size, I mean, I think it's got quite a bit of cargo capacity, which doesn't really work either. Like, why would you have a military ship that's got more cargo space than some of the big haulers?
Yeah,
it's just a bit odd.
It's weird. Sometimes I think that they just kind of, they lose sight maybe of what they had planned originally, and it all just kind of spirals because it just, I don't know, it's a very mismatched ship, you know, in that it's trying to do one job really well, but it's also spread out across a bunch of different types of gameplay, you know what I mean? So I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah, I kind of, apparently it's got like a front turret that uses size 7 guns on the front. I mean, why does a mine layer need that kind of firepower on it?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be getting in combat. It should be laying mines and getting out before the fight comes. Why does it need that big a gun? Doesn't make sense. It kind of feels like they made the Nautilus as like a Corvette, kind of like in between a Hammerhead and a Polaris type thing. And then something came up in Squadron 42 and someone said, oh, we need a mine laying ship. And they thought, oh, we've got this Nautilus ship. It's not really in game yet. It's not doing anything. I know. Let's stick a couple of mine layers on the top and bottom of it. Job done. And that's what it feels like to me. I might be completely wrong, but that's just how I see it.
Yeah, the afterthought of mine laying. Yeah, because like you said, it's kind of got that whole Corvette vibe thing, you know, that mid-sized ship. And then it's kind of got this, bolted on feel to it, and it makes no sense. It's just, it doesn't seem good. I don't know how else to say it. It just doesn't seem that good. And I'd love to know if anyone has bought one of these ships already. If you've pledged for a Nautilus, let us know in the comments and let me know why. That's really all I want to know. Why'd you do it?
Yeah.
Okay, so there you have it, folks. That's our posts for the week. We hope you found them informative or amusing. If you liked this week's posts, then don't forget to leave us a like and subscribe for more Star Citizen content. And don't forget that we will be running our competition from the 1st of September for the whole of the month of September. And we will be giving away a game package with a Mustang Alpha and also a little grey cat as a runaround. So if you are new to the game and you're looking for a game package, or you're not and you just want another one, get involved, get commenting, and we're happy to speak to you. I think that's pretty much it for the week. So thanks very, very much everyone for watching, and we will see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye bye.